Hello, Taurus. This is your reading for love and relationships, March 2019. Big heads up. Mercury retrograde is in effect. It's been in effect since March 5th. So there might be some communication problems. Best laid plans will blow up. Usually the biggest heads up is you shouldn't sign any contracts or try to commit to any long-term plans, because Mercury retrograde is all about communication plans all turned upside down. So whatever you do during Mercury retrograde, usually it's suggested that it's usually a bad decision. So try to avoid making any firm plans or saying something that you might regret later. So new subscribers, here's what's going on. You have 9 cards, but I will pull a 10th card after the main reading of the 9 cards. I will also look at major arcana. I'm going to pay attention to this card in the center, and then these 3 rows. This is past, this is present, and then this is future. And then the outcome card, the 10th card, will wrap it all up for you and give you an idea of what's going to be happening in your relationship for the next few weeks. So, Taurus, you're an earth sign. Earth is represented by pentacles, and they're very well, they're not very well represented, but they're in key places here. First off, this 5 of Pentacles, it's a card of being lonely, going through a tough time, feeling abandoned. And then you have a 3 of Pentacles, which means being recognized for your accomplishments, using your gifts, getting down to business, focusing, stopping the procrastination. It can also mean learning new things, going to school. But overall, as far as relationship, it just means that using your earth energy, you're getting back to your life. You're focusing on your life, and you're sort of like writing out that 5 of Pentacles where it feels like you're alone and your partner is busy, or maybe you two are both, let me backtrack here, and it feels as if that 5 of Pentacles is you both taking some space. So this is you just getting back to business. You're like, whatever, if you want to take some space, or if you're too busy, I've got my own thing going on. That's how I'm interpreting those 2 cards with Pentacles. And then you have nothing here in the present as we go through March, but here in the future as we approach the end of March, you do have this major arcana card. And note there are 2 pentacles. This is the Wheel of the Year. And in other tarot spreads, it's also called the Wheel of Fortune. It means a change in luck. And you'll note this pentacle is here with the other 4 elements. But in the middle, there's a reason why there's another pentacle in the middle. And you might think, oh, okay, here she goes into her explanations again. But this is important for you to know, that the pentacle in the middle symbolizes the world, nature. We all go through the seasons. We go through good times, bad times, winter, summer, spring, fall. You have no control over that. The world will just keep turning, whether you want it to or not. And so the advice that you can take, especially seeing that this Wheel of the Year is in your future, that's the oracle giving you a heads up that just go with the changes, don't fight it. Because whenever you try to fight nature, you're gonna lose. Whenever you try to fight the changes in life, people coming into your life, people coming out, and you're like, no, I want this person in my life forever. And the universe is saying, nope, it's time to move on. Let it go, accept it, okay? Life, death, marriage, love, it all goes in a cycle. And so the Wheel of the Year is sort of a heads up saying there are going to be some changes. Don't fight it. It's all a part of life. Okay, and usually it's usually for your good. And if you study Buddhism or any type of New Age religion or philosophy, then you know that there are always going to be good and bad times in your life. It's a matter of how you see those ebbs and flows, those good times and bad times, and how you learn to adapt and change. So that major arcana card, the Wheel of the Year in your future, is sort of just saying go with the flow, especially seeing that you have some cups here as well. You have a 10 of Cups and a Queen of Cups in your future, which means a blooming of love, and it looks like it's going to be a wonderful spring for you. So the other major arcana card I also want to address, you only have one other card, and that is the Star. And that is an amazing card, especially seeing that it's with that Wheel of the Year. Because with that Wheel of the Year, the Star is saying, hey, stay positive. Good things are coming your way. You might be going through a rough time with your partner now, but everything is working out for a specific purpose. Okay, and you've got a lot of interesting cups here. Note how the Star, just like the Wheel of the Year has pentacles in it, the Star has water, and it has those 8 stars. 8 is a wonderful number as well because it's the number, it's also the number of change. It's also the number of cycles. Okay, so your oracle is definitely trying to get a message across to you that this whole month is going with the ebbs and flows of a relationship. It's not as bad. Stay positive and optimistic, but it's good that these pentacles are showing that you're also staying very practical. And that King of Swords in the middle is very interesting. It could be a person of interest, but the King of Swords, which represents Aquarius, is always about thinking, judging, making decisions. And that's always a good card. It's sort of like a very smart approach to thinking about what's going on. So that's also another heads up for you, Taurus, that this month you're going to be making some important decisions in your life. You're going to be evaluating what's going on in a relationship, evaluating your partner, and just trusting yourself that you're going to make the right decision. So when we look at the past, as I said, you've got that wonderful little Page of Cups. You still have that undercurrent of love and emotions bubbling underneath. And sometimes it can mean a message of love. And so for some of you, I see your partners reaching out like, oh, I'll be a little busy and things like that. And you're like, okay, whatever. I'm going to go back to focusing on what I need to do. But the Page of Cups is the beginner. It can be a message, but it also represents a young child, a beginner. And it can mean that your feelings for your partner or love interest are just sort of being kept on a low level. You're not getting dramatic. You're not letting your emotions get away from you. But it is a good energy. It means that you still like this person. You still are emotionally attached. You're still hoping for the best. So when we get here, yeah, like I said, lots of interesting things. You got that 6 of Cups there. For some of you, issues from the past. You know, some of you might be thinking about, okay, let's look at what's happened in the past. You know, as far as the relationship. But it can also mean for some of you that when your love interest abandoned you or took some space, this could also mean they're coming back. They're going to reach out to you. And so you might be feeling a little optimistic after that King of Swords. And when we get to the Star, it's like, oh, okay, I didn't expect to, you know, hear from you. But I feel like some of you might really get a dramatic phone call or a text from your love interest. Or if you had a breakup, it feels like you two might talk to each other and try to work it out. So when we get here to the future, it's like you're back in love again. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. I feel like by the time we get to that 10 of Cups, sort of like happy home, happy romance, commitment, and then the Queen of Cups who's looking towards those, that Wheel of the Year and the 10 of Cups, things are changing for the better. Yeah, I feel like you're going to be in a much more happier place in the next few weeks when Mercury retrograde is over. So as we look at your outcome card, it feels like the big message is do your thing. Your partner or love interest will get it together. They're going to reach out to you. So we're going to look at the outcome card, your 10th and final card. And you have a Page of Swords. So you have another page, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. The Page of Swords is courageous. He has no fear. You see that he's holding his sword up, ready to defend himself. He's not necessarily going on the offensive, but it's the fact that the Page of Swords is that energy of not being afraid to confront the truth. And for some of you Tauruses and most of the other earth signs like Virgo and Capricorn, you're not afraid to put your foot down. You're not afraid to say this, you know, if I'm going to be in love with you, if I'm going to be in this relationship with you, here's what I am not going to tolerate. So this outcome card, Page of Swords, it speaks towards you resolving the issues with your partners. And I kind of feel like it's going to be a very productive conversation for some of you, because I see some of you saying, you know what, I'd rather be alone and happy than with you and miserable. So get it together. That's the type of shift and change in conversations that I see going on in the next few weeks after Mercury retrograde is over. That once these communication issues and these commitment issues are, you know, once you have a chance to think about it, what direction a relationship is going in, your partner is like, oh, so how have you been? And you're like, fine, whatever. And they're like, okay, so, you know, let's, you know, go out, let me come over, whatever. But I feel like that Page of Swords is just going to cut through all the BS. So, Taurus, that was your reading. Thanks to all my subscribers. Take note, I'm offering a special for my personal readings. They're only $15. Usually they're $20. So I'll be offering that until after Easter. So please consider doing that. If you're a first-time subscriber and you're wondering if you should get a reading from me, sure. Okay, so I hope you guys are surviving this winter. I'm probably going to be on a super chat next Friday night, so stay tuned for that around March 15th, the Ides of March. Oh my God. But yeah, you'll have an opportunity to get some more free readings from me, talk to me, get to know me. I will see you next month, of course. Thank you for your patience and understanding. And as always, I wish you love and light.